Hey everyone, for Dallas Sound Guys, this is Scott, and this week we are back in Texas. This is an event that I got to do last year, and I'm super happy to be back. Let's dive in and take a look at what we're using and why that's super important. We are using the Yamaha DM7 to control. We only have a few inputs. There's going to be background music, there's going to be videos playing off of a laptop, just a few microphones, including a podium microphone, but it gives a ton of control because our PA system, it's kind of hard to see because it's black, it's hiding. Our PA system, we have a main setup, we have front fill speakers, and we have 2 subwoofers. What this allows me to do is ring out the microphones, make sure everything sounds great, there's no feedback, and I also get to control the balance on things. We're using tech surround to keep everything looking super clean and neat, sticking with audio. I have my rack with 8 Axient digital microphones. I believe we're only going to use 3, 2 body packs and 1 handheld mic. I have a VOG mic. Let's take a look at video and what we're doing. We have our Blackmagic Design Video Switcher. Once again, this has up to 20 inputs and 10 outputs. This is really simple though. I am using software so that I can control what a logo will be. So this is the logo that we're using. Switching is mostly done from this right here, and this is going to let me switch between the logo and then the presentation. Right now, the logo and the presentation are the same thing. One of those was that logo, and the other one, this is what I'm calling the presentation, is a laptop. I believe we're going to add an extra laptop as well. I have the iPad out in case I need to walk the room. I've already done that to make sure everything sounds fantastic in all the seats, all the tables. I have a secondary laptop to play a Spotify playlist. We have some uplights. That's why I have the Obey controller. This lighting controller is for the ceiling spotlights on stage. This is from the venue. They're providing the stage spotlights. I believe we have 850 guests. Oh, and real quick, we have shark fin antennas. These are for the wireless to make sure, because this is a big room, that everything sounds fantastic and we don't have any dropouts. Okay, real quick, let's take a look. We have on these crank towers JBL SRX812P. The 12, the 1-2 stands for the size of the woofer. Not to get too techie on you, but it is a 90-degree speaker. So what I'm doing when I'm setting up sound, I'm looking at this half of the room, and that's what this speaker is responsible for. And I divide the room in half, and I pick the center, and that's my aiming spot. Now, the higher that I'm able to place the speaker helps, because if it were low, then that would mean that it would be loud for the front row and quieter for the back row. So the strategy is, when you get it up high, it's a little further away from the front row, and the ratio, I know this is getting techie, but this way it sounds a little more consistent from the front row to the back. The video screen and projector and the pipe and drape are being provided by the venue. We have 2 front fill speakers. And what are these used for? In this case, with that speaker, this table, and this table aren't quite in the field of that speaker. That's why you'll have a center fill. This small speaker, it's barely on, it's not doing much. Its responsibility is just these seats, which are probably the VIP seats. Same with these over here. We have a center fill for that. That way the most important guests, they get their own speaker and they can hear everything loud and clear. Okay, the right-hand side is pretty much mimicking what's on the left-hand side. We have 3 uplights here, and we have 3 uplights over here. Just a couple more items. We have subwoofers. This is for the video. They put a lot of time and effort into putting their presentation video together. Subwoofers put a lot of impact into the video. It's not so much for music, and none of the microphones go through it. Now, I could put 1 subwoofer on this side and 1 on the other side, but there's some math involved that when you separate subwoofers, they can start to cancel each other out. You get some funky sounds. It gets louder in some places and quieter in others. If I put them next to each other, they work together, and there's a lot more control. And lastly, on stage, we have a podium microphone. So we have the spotlights in the ceiling provided by the venue, the stage, of course, provided by the venue. The pipe and drape is venue, and the video is venue. We're doing all the PA system. We're doing the uplighting. We're controlling the video, and we're controlling the sound. So once again, here's our tech area. I know that was a lot going on, but it all has a purpose. And all those, the reasons that will put all this together is not just to have control over anything they need in case we have to pivot with something, but it's so that ahead of time, I can do things to make sure that everything sounds its best and looks its best. So here's some behind the scenes things, why you bring all of this, and why I could bring it towards your event as well, bring it to your event as well, is so that everyone in the venue will get the best sound possible, the best look possible, and that way their message can come across the way that they need it to. It's super important. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this video. Man, I'd love to help you with your event as well. Again, for Dallas Sound Guys, this is Scott, and we'll see you on the next one.